Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna show you today, can a virtual job coach be a real life job coach? It's an interesting question, and we'll dive into a tool called Nexa. We'll see if it's really possible to do that. Let's dive in. Alright, now I'm at my virtual career coach, and I'm gonna ask it questions. And the cool part is it's trained on specifically what an advisor would have to tell you. So let's say I'm a current IT student and I'm looking to land a role at a top data analytics firm. Give me a roadmap. So the cool part is it's going to give me kind of the whole roadmap of, hey, this is what I need to learn, these are the skills I need to work on, and this is what I need to do to get to that path. So as you see, it gives me all kinds of stuff that I need to work on. Statistics, probability, programming, databases, data visualization, machine learning, as well as if I do obviously formal education, you can do it in that field, but you don't have to. There's so many resources online that you can get started with anything. So big data technologies, advanced machine learning, domain knowledge, obviously practical projects, internships, and competitions. One particular competition, Kaggle, can help a lot. Obviously professional skills, because there's always a soft component to this. It's not all technical knowledge. So you can work on obviously communication, problem solving, and project management. And so so basically there's so many different cool things that it tells you, and I can even prompt it further and get more advice in terms of saying, hey, what else should I think about here? So now it'll pick up the context and basically continue saying, hey, I need to go for mentors as another kind of avenue for it. Obviously cross-disciplinary skills, so you get that holistic kind of feel to everything. Obviously you also have certifications like PMP, etc., etc. You have a global perspective. So yeah, obviously research. So basically you can have this sort of back and forth conversation that will give you a lot of context in terms of what you need to work on. So let's Alright guys, I just uploaded my resume. Now I'm going to see how I can tailor it for the specific role. So how can I improve this for the specific role mentioned? So now it's going to be processing it, and while it does that, I'm going to basically wait, and I'll check back in as it completes. Alright guys, I got some general kind of feedback on it. So definitely be implementing these things. So yeah, sounds good. I will continue with another tool that will help you in a virtual setting better than a real life setting actually. So let's keep going. Alright guys, so now I'm going to do some interview practice. And this is where we're gonna get a real kind of like a simulating kind of the questions you would get in an interview, which is cool because it's like having your one-on-one coach right there. And yeah, it's something that even like a live coach wouldn't be able to help with on demand, because they have obviously a busy schedule, all of that. So maybe a virtual coach is better. So let's dive in. Let's do data analysis, data analyst role. Let's randomize it. Let's use a timer because that will simulate kind of a real life environment. And got the volume up, and let's get going.
Hi, let's practice an interview for data analyst. What is your experience with cloud-based analytics tools?
So with cloud-based analytics tools, you have a lot of tools like PostHog, Google Analytics, a lot of other ones, Segments, another big one. So these are all tools that help basically understand data, understand user activity. So yeah, so I have a lot of experience with it, and it could definitely help you get granular insights.
Describe a challenge you faced in data analysis and how you overcame it.
So one challenge faced in data analysis is knowing what data and what insights are causation versus correlation, because you can have basically trends, but you don't, unless you have enough data, you don't know that that trend is causal or if it's a coincidence. And to solve for that issue, you obviously have randomization, normalization, larger sample sizes, all that kind of stuff, as well as kind of having trends over time is super important because you know if something's a one-off thing or not. So
You're asked to provide insights into reducing operational costs. How do you approach the analysis?
so how I would approach this analysis is I would basically give basically an overview of the current costs, um, and then give an analysis of this is the reduction, this is pre and post introducing whatever tool that they want to introduce, or whatever process they want to add in, and having just a simple kind of comparison analysis is more than enough. So
A project requires the analysis of sensitive data. How do you ensure compliance with data protection regulations?
yeah, so you would see what data is being protected. Maybe you have to encrypt PII, or you might need to follow GDPR compliance rules, or SOC 2 compliance, all these kinds of data compliance measures. So you would take into account all of these things and make sure you're following it. Otherwise, it can get really bad. So, yeah.
What strategies do you use to ensure your continuous learning and development in the field of data analytics?
Always learning, always improving, and always testing new things because there's new things coming out all the time. I've heard new, especially now that there's generative AI, data analysis tools, all that kind of stuff. So being on your toes, trying everything out, super important. All right, guys, feedback is generating. Yeah, so that's basically like having your own interview coach right there at any time. And we saw the career advisor right there. So maybe a virtual job center can be um, more beneficial than live. Obviously, live is cool too, but virtual is pretty awesome too because you can do this at any time. You can do this in the comfort of your home. You can do it in the beach, the Bahamas, the park, anywhere, which is really cool. It's really cool to have kind of access to something like this, infinite career intelligence on tap. So, yeah, so while this loads, we will stay steady and waiting for it. All right, so it just generated. So, obviously, in terms of clarity, relevance, confidence, all things to work on. And it gave an ideal response, which is awesome. So, yeah, so I can definitely adjust my wording to be more formal there. And it does it with every kind of response, which is very cool. And yeah, so definitely it's things I need to work on. Um, I had to use less words like maybe for sure. So yeah, there's like having a personalized coach right there at my fingertips on tap. So I can always revisit this whenever I need to at any point. Um, so I'll show you where you can do it. You can access it right here at any time. And yeah, it's super cool. And now I can obviously do more stuff, but um, now as I have all these kinds of practice that I did, I can go in and kind of apply in my local area, kind of hear back from them because it's going to be personalized with AI. And yeah, so that's basically like a little dive into kind of what you would see in this virtualized center. So hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, let's definitely keep getting those